Hi, my name is Iris Ludolf, and I'm hoping that this video will work peachy and just perfectly. I'm here and waiting for Otto Haddad, with whom I will be talking today, about his work and mediumship and all kinds of other things. And while I'm waiting for him to join us, I just gonna introduce myself real quick. My name is Iris Ludolf. I'm a constellation coach, medium, author, and expert in inner peace. And I started these talks a few weeks back, like in March sometimes, in German. I am German. And here is Otto. That is perfect. So let me put him in, add him, because I want to of ways. Hi,
Hello.
Otto. It worked
Hello.
like a charm. So much better
You can
than
see me.
yesterday.
Is it better? Yes.
I can see
Good.
you. I can hear you too. Everything is perfect.
You can hear me and
I
see
just
me as a
introduced myself
sunshine.
real quick. Say it again. Well, let me put my headphones in so I can hear you better. I said I
So,
just introduced myself. Do you want to? I didn't get to introduce you yet. I just said what we'll be talking about, like in general. So if you want to introduce yourself, feel free while I plug in my
yeah.
headset.
Hello, everybody. My name is Otto. I'm a sound therapist. I'm also a medium. I will be here for the next half an hour with my friend Iris, who's also a medium, and we met 2 years ago. She's a wonderful person, very interesting, and yeah, we decided to make a live Facebook to talk about how to use sound to really for self-healing. So we're going to be talking about that. So prepare your questions, and then be ready for hopefully a beautiful time together.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, then let's just dig in it. Tell me about what you do and how you do it, and I mean how you do it. You know what I mean. Just more about what you can do with sound. Sound is really starting to creep up on me more and more in so many different ways, so many beautiful ways. So you're the expert. Tell us about sound.
Well, I think we are all experts in sound because it doesn't belong to anybody. It just happens that I make it part of my work. Well, it is my full-time job. And sound is, we are made of sound. Everything in the universe is sound. So everything is a vibration, and this vibration can be translated in frequency and can be translated in the sound. So your bones have sounds, different bones have different sounds. Your blood have different sounds, your muscles and your emotions and your thoughts as well have sound, are made of sound. So the sound and your voice is the expression of this sound. So one thing to understand is you can really express yourself. Well, it needs a little bit of training, but it's not really complicated either. You can express the sound of your bones from your voice. With your voice, you can express your emotions, you can express your thoughts, and then you can really grow with it and really heal yourself. Because what happens with the voice when you use your voice, and I'm not talking about words, because words, they are attached to a way of communication that we are used to since we grew up in a cultural environment, and we are defined, isn't it? It's like the definition of ourselves. We limited ourselves with the words. But when you use a self-expression of sounds, like vocals, can be ah or oo or e or other vowels, then what happens is your mind doesn't attach in, but then you express the energy that you have, and this is healing. My understanding of healing as well is healing is a modality of growth. So then when you express your emotions, it's not about there are bad emotions or good emotions. It's about accepting whatever it is in you as those set of emotions, and then becoming a whole person. So then your emotions are part of you, and then your body pains are part of you, and then your thoughts are part of you. So instead of rejecting, and that's what we do all the time, is we go into ourselves and we start rejecting our past, and then we project ourselves in the future, you just become whole in the present moment, and this can be achieved with your voice. So then, answering the question about what I do is I train people to use their voice, and this can be in one-to-one or in a group session. I also do other things with the sound, the gospels and other things, but that's another subject, because the sound, we can use many sounds to really express different emotions, etc., and to heal different parts of the body. But I think, going to focus on the voice because this is very easy and accessible to everybody. You can use it at home and you can grow with it. Thank you. Is that clear, Eris?
Thanks. Yeah,
Or is it too much?
definitely. I mean, if any of you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. What I really loved,
Yes.
a few weeks or a few months back, you started a series, Be Your Own Guru, and that's what you said right now. It's like you gave people tools how they can use their own voice to like calm themselves down, or to, I think there was even something when you have like some kind of ache that you can use your own voice to ease that ache or just get rid of it. Can you say a little bit more about that? I mean, both, because calming down is so essential and so, yeah, essential.
So then I didn't look.
Really important.
Yes, it's a big subject. But let's start giving examples maybe, and then we can divide it in like in few subjects. So let's start with the grounding, what we call the grounding, really coming back to the body instead of being in the mind. And the secret here and the key is really to express ourselves, to express the body through our voice. So, for example, if you're thinking too much in your head during the day, you're thinking about a problem or whatever, then instead of really continuing to think about it, find where is it the part of my body that is linked to this thought, to what's happening. So maybe you will feel some anxiety somewhere, like in the stomach, maybe in the heart, maybe in the lower back. And then what you do is simple, is you go actually into this part of the body and you connect to the energy that you feel in there. So for example, you feel anxiety in the knot in the stomach. So what you can do is going into this knot of the stomach, stay there. That's the key, is staying there in this stomach knot, and then starting to really express it with your voice. Express this note in your voice. It can start as simple as and then you continue. So what happens is, after a while, your mind gets in sync with that part of the body, and then the energy moves. So then you're not in the brain, in the mind anymore. You're not thinking about it, but you're moving actually the energy into different parts of you. Because remember, you are a whole person. You are much more complex than just a thought and the emotion that is stored somewhere in your body. You're much more than that, because one emotion can be linked to one thought, and the other thought linked to another thought, and then another thought linked to another emotion, and so on and so forth. So when you're using your voice and expressing this, the energy moves quickly, and then your mind builds up, moves into, it's like a journey through different levels of consciousness. So this is healing. You start expressing this energy out, and then you're not attached to it anymore. This is the key, is you're letting it go. You process it, you let it go, and then this energy comes back into a different way to you. So this is healing. You process the experience through your body, and then your body, and then through your voice, and then you transform the energy for something that helps you to understand and to grow in your process. Is that clear, or do you have any question about it? Maybe
totally clear.
Is it
Lamia has a question. We will get to your question in a second. Just one more example for that just happened to me like 2 weeks ago. I was really sick with the flu. From one day to the other, I just like felt really sick. I went to bed. I had fever. I woke up from my own voice, because I mean, I don't know what came first or what came second, but I know that I was laying in bed and I was humming like an A or something, not humming, like sounding an A loudly. I woke up from my own voice. And the way I experienced it, that I washed everything that my body wanted to get rid of out of my body, like towards my feet, and out of my feet, and was gone. But there was, I never did it before. I never heard of it before. I mean, and the next day, the fever was gone. I mean, I had no flu symptoms except for the fact that I was really, really tired for 2 weeks. Really, I mean, I couldn't move too much. But other than that, no coughing, no nothing. Really, just I felt good. Just tired. I needed more rest. So that's
Wonderful.
exactly what
and
we
that
were
is
talking
really,
about, right?
yeah, exactly. That's what it is you express this energy through you. So then because you have everything you need as a person to heal yourself, to how to heal yourself. So what you do with your voice is you get out of the way. So because you get out of the way, then you allow your body to heal itself. And an example is about a couple of months ago, I cut myself. So I was cooking and I cut myself, and then I was bleeding. And then my first reaction was really to use this energy to the pain of the cut, and then see what I could do with my voice. And then few seconds later of using my voice, just few seconds later, the bleeding really stopped. It was really amazing. And so that was the first time I used it in pain and used it in many things. But I think if you find the right vibration to connect with the part of your body or the problem, whatever it is, you really get into sync and increase the healing power that you have. So you can really use your voice also to really experience different tonalities of your voice, because this richness of the tonalities of your voice will really help you to bring the right vibration, finding the right vibration for the right parts of your body. And it's not difficult to find, because when you find this right vibration, then you will feel that that part of your body suddenly starts to vibrate very strongly, you know, more than before, more with the other vibrations. Yes? I hope this makes sense.
Perfect.
Do you have any questions?
Totally. Lamia does. Let me scroll back. For one that I remember, she asked, she said, what if someone doesn't have a strong singing voice or doesn't like his own voice? And then she added another question to that. Does the voice change through that process?
That's a very good question. So the first question is, it is normal that you won't like your voice. I have seen hundreds of clients, and then almost nobody likes their voice. Well, what happens is, because we have the bone conductor here, so what you hear from yourself is not the same as interpreted in your brain. Obviously, people, even if you have a lovely voice, they would think, you know, they have a lovely voice, but you think, oh, I don't like my voice at all. So that's why we don't like our voice when it is recorded and it is played to us. That's absolutely normal. And then you don't have to be a singer to use your voice. That is another problem that we have grown up with, is in the sense, those who can use their voice and express themselves are only the singers. But also I worked with singers, and most singers, they have singing voice, but it's very different from a healing voice. We're not talking about the same thing. We're talking about healing voice here. Healing comes from the body. It's not from training your vocal cords and training, you know, to go into train your ears. It has nothing to do with that. This is training your own body to express the gift that you were born with. It's very different. And each one of us has this gift that is inner to all of us. We can't take it, you know, from people. So then the second question is, the voice changes because you're changing and you're healing yourself. then you are also changing your energy, and hence why your voice is changing. And by the way, what I do also is I do sessions when I record people's voices, and I can read through the spectrum, which I analyze the different tonalities of their voice. And then each tonality of their voice is linked to certain.
And now Otto is gone. I don't know why, but I'm just going to add him again. I cannot add him again. And Leah, you're very welcome. And you will be able to see the video later on. And yes, Otto definitely is a life changer. While I am waiting for Otto to come back, I can tell you a little bit, because I was, while I was preparing for this talk, I was going through his website, and when I got two websites. One is Sound-Medium.co.uk, and the other one is, I mean, you will see the link on his website. I don't want to tell you anything else. The Sound-Medium, I think it is. And I was inspired to book a session with him, and I had that session on Sunday, and it is really a life changer, a game changer. So much got into focus for me, and so much is changing for me because of that. So whoever feels inspired should book an appointment with Otto, and I hope he will be back here. He said he cannot connect. So, Otto, I know you can hear me. Lamia, please hold on to that question. I will stop that video now and restart it. I mean, start a new one, and we will just jump right into it. So I will read your question, but I don't know if I will remember it when I'm back. But yes, I will. But I'm going to read it. So, Lamia, you would, and hi, Lamia. I would also like to know if it is possible to use this technique of toning for loved ones as total beginners. Thanks, Otto. Good one. Okay, I'm gonna stop that video now, and I'm gonna start the second one. Bear with me. And thanks, Otto. And I am back. Hi, and this is the second part of the video. It is always the case when there is a lot of energy going around. Technology sometimes has difficulty keeping up. So Otto will be there. He is. Let me add him to this video. And thanks for hanging in. And Lamia, I hope you still know your question. There he is again. Hi. I was just saying energy and technology don't mix too often.
No, but I'm really happy to be back anyway. It's very good.
Yeah,
so
thanks.
Where did we,
thanks.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit, what's happened? I mean, is that the questions we can take it from, so I can answer a few questions and we take it again.
I think you did answer the first set of questions that Lamia had, but she had another question, and I read it out loud in order to remember. She did ask if we could use using our sounds for our loved ones. Hey, Bobby, morning. And I think Bobby's question is about the same, goes in the same direction. She asked, will someone else's voice work too? So if someone, I guess what you mean is really if you can use your voice for healing work for somebody else.
Yeah, I think what is important, I mean, so you can use your own voice for self-healing, but you can also use your voice to really help the others. Because in sound, you can use the singing bowls and the gongs and the crystal bowls and any other instrument that another person would resonate with, resonate with. That means that there is something, a kind of a resonance, something similar sound, or vibration that happens between you and the sound that is played, the instrument. But what is really profound, that can be profound, is the voice of the person, because a human being resonates very strongly with a human being, with the other voice as a human being, and it becomes really a healing experience. So if your intention is to go through your body and to really express, for example, if you care about somebody who is dying, or he is in illness, or she is in illness, or is in pain, you can use your voice from that part of your body. So if you bring an emotion and a state of mind of love and healing to yourself, and you feel it, for example, in your heart, then connect to the heart and then express this energy through you to the person. So then what happens is your voice is going to be modulated, automatically modulated to the right frequencies that would help the person, if that makes sense, yes? Because what you feel comes through your voice. To give you an example is when you call a friend on the phone, you know, even if you don't see the friend in front of you, you will always know what's happening to the person, isn't it? You say, oh, you feel strange. I hear you, you're strange today. You're ill. Have you slept well? Blah, blah, blah. You know, because you pick up all this information from the voice of the person. And that's the idea, is we think that we are hearing, the range of the frequencies that we hear is between 20 hertz and 20,000 hertz. But actually, the experience shows me and show many people that it's mostly the energy that is coming through the voice that is important. So you pick up the energy, not only what you hear, but more importantly, all the psychic energy there and all the emotions coming through you, all the intention through you, and then that really you pick it up, and then it helps you to maybe, it helps you to synchronize with the person and also hear. So it's the same thing what I do with my one-to-ones as well in voice work. So not only recording their voice, but also I give them my own voice, because the intention that I have, and also working with spirit, then this comes through my voice and then really gives something different, a new quality that is really for the person. But also very important is the intention. So center yourself, go into your heart, go to your body, and the voice should come from the body, not from the mind. It's not about I'm going to sing in A or A sharp or B flat or whatever, but singing the song of the heart. That's what I would call it. It's the song of the heart. That's it. That would help and help a lot. Yeah, there are many experiments with that, and it's really amazing. I mean, the feedback from people when they hear somebody else giving them their voice, it's absolutely an amazing experience. So yeah, I mean, you just use it with the loved ones, and it should help them a lot. Yeah. Is there any other question?
I would like to add here real quick. Can I just add something real quick, because that's normal for us. I mean, I was about to say us women, because Lamia and Bobby asked both questions. We always first think about others, how we can help others. Start thinking about yourself, because that's the main thing. Really listen to what Otto is saying with the intention, how will it help me? When you hear, when you feel good, then you can help others much better than when you are in pain, no matter if it's emotional pain or pain in the soul or bodily pain. If you're in pain, you cannot help others. So it is of utmost importance that you help yourself. And in regards to that, one question I had is, I mean, I know it is possible, and I know you can say something to that too. Like when somebody has like asthma or any other difficulty breathing, how can the voice help then? Because from kind of logic is, if you can't breathe, it is like hard, like nothing is coming in. How can you put sound out? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, so from my logical point of view.
It's a very good question, and then my experience with it is that the breathing and the eczema is something to do mostly comes from self-love. So because the skin is really what you breathe in, so you breathe in love to yourself. And then this breath of love, what I call the breath of love, is very emotional. And then it happens that, and I've seen myself with few clients, is really the expression of self-love can really help the person a lot to really center themselves, but also to listen the effect of the eczema on the skin. Actually, really, self-love is very, very connected to the eczema in the skin. So then it's not about, again, the breathing patterns will change. Remember here, it's not about taking only deep breath and then singing. This is expressing, even humming with self-love can change everything. Even if you just do, it's really fine. You don't have to open your mouth louder. You know, you're not a sound therapist either. If you want to do it as a job, it's a different thing. But hey, we're talking about self-love for yourself. You see, so it's just as simple as that. Just bringing this energy out and then focusing on self-love. So, okay, here we come to a point that is important for me to focus on. So in life, you know, life becomes very serious, isn't it? And there are, if we focus on how serious it is and how painful it is and how dramatic it is, then really we express this drama and pain through our voice. But then why can't we just express the love and then the happy moments of life? So by, you know, as a big love for yourself and then expressing this big love of yourself through your voice, then what happens is the light shines on the darkness. And then because it shines on the darkness, then it becomes a playful way of bringing things up to the surface and working with them. You know, we don't have to express pain. You know, we can express love. And this love will transform. So to bring the energy of that, whatever we call the shadow side, down. And then focusing on the bright side will help you to strengthen something stronger and beautiful in you. So then what I would recommend is, people, they would say, well, that's all good and beautiful, but I have no moment, I can't recall any beautiful moments in life. That is the mind speaking, because even the worst that happened to a person in his life or life, there's one moment in life that you felt that it was something that connected you to this life. Otherwise, you wouldn't exist. You know, it's just as simple as that. Life has a beauty, even if you just saw a flower, if you connected to music, if you relax one moment, you can bring this memory back to you, intensify it, and then feel it in your body and expressing it. Okay? So one, bringing this feeling, you know, remembering one thing, and then bringing it to the body, and then expressing it with your voice. So that's a very simple way of really looking at the bright side and healing yourself and helping the others. And by the way, you can do the same. If you feel like you're not centered, it's a very easy and quick way to center yourself before working with the others. Like if you want to use your voice with the loved ones, you can do that as well. So remember a beautiful time that you had with your mother or your father or your sister or whoever you want to heal with your voice, and then that moment, close your eyes and bring this moment in your body, and then feel how your heart opens, how your stomach relaxes, how your mind is different, and then express this love, you know, to the person. The person, you can be sure that they will be touched. They really will be touched, because your energy will change everything in that moment. Hope this answers the question.
Oh, yes, so much, definitely, and so much more. Thank you. That was a gift you just gave us. Thanks.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Do you have anything more? I mean, I know you do, but I'm just really, that was really, really touching. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, it's all about the self-acceptance and love of the self. It's really, if we find just those moments through our voices, the more we accept our voice, the more we accept ourselves, the more we love ourselves. And it's really about that. I mean, you can see, you know, when you are anxious as a person, it's normal that your voice cuts, isn't it? It feels weaker. Thank you. You're welcome, Lamia. You're welcome. And then if your voice feels weaker, then it doesn't express the full potential. This is about expressing your full potential. So
the connection was so bad. I just like got like a little bit here and a little bit there. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your words and your wisdom. Enjoy your day. Bye. Bye all.